Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Noah, back again with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I help people awaken to their true abilities through wellness and spirituality. Excuse me. And thank you guys for tuning back into my channel. I really appreciate all the support that I've been getting on my channel recently, so thank you so much for that. And in this video, we're gonna talk about the truth about why nice guys finish last. And this might be surprising to some of you, and it's probably gonna be something that you haven't heard before, you know what I mean? I feel like there's a misconception about people who are nice, you know what I mean? It's a lot of the times when we think of someone who's nice, we think of someone who does kind gestures for someone, or someone who cares a lot about somebody. And these are great, these shouldn't be overlooked at all. But when I talk about nice guys, and here I'm going to be talking about specifically why they finish last, and why, why it is that they, that they finish last, you know what I mean? I think I said that before, but yeah. So nice guys, growing up, I'm sure we've all heard that term before. Nice guys finish last, so a lot of guys try to act like these like bad boys, or they try not to act nice, but that's not the key in terms of being able to finish it a little bit higher, you know what I mean? When we say nice guys finish last, it's more to it. It's not just a nice person. You know what I mean? I'm a nice person, but there's something a little bit more to it than that. It's, a lot of the times men, we feel like we have to gain validation through acting, a certain way, through like our childhood, sometimes there's certain situations, like say if our parents treat us like, they don't show us love in a certain way, or we don't think that they're showing us love in a certain way unless we act a certain way towards them. If we act like, a little bit nicer to them, or we kind of walk around on eggshells around them to not cause problems. More than likely, if you're considered a nice guy, you're more than likely a people pleaser. That's I think that's kind of what we're talking about in terms of nice guys finishing last, because a girl doesn't want a people pleaser, you know what I mean? A girl wants someone who's honest, someone who's confident, and someone who's not afraid to express how they really feel and their true emotions, you know what I mean? This is something that I've struggled with a lot in my life. I've tended to always kind of just hold things in a lot of the times, and sometimes that can be through, like I said before, through parenting. It might be you were abused by somebody in your past, and you felt the need to act nice towards them so they don't treat you a certain way, and then subconsciously you take that into the world, you know what I mean? So you won't express how you really feel to someone, or you won't just be honest with them. And it's subconsciously, right? Like we're not aware that we're doing it, you know what I mean? It's kind of like an autopilot type thing. But as soon as we are aware of being a nice guy, or a nice girl, right? But we can then break the cycle, of how people view us, you know what I mean? We can start to say, okay, I'm just gonna be me no matter what anyone thinks, and that can be hard to step into. That's why it takes practice, it takes practice to really open up about your feelings if you're someone who tends to hold them in a lot, I remember, and boundaries is also another thing that ties into it as well. Nice guys don't have boundaries, so they let people walk on them, it's just kind of just the reality of it. they let people walk on them, and they don't, you know, they're not good at saying no. You know, this was another problem that I had. You know, and I would say that I'm still working on, you know, fully expressing myself to other people. Like, I'm still working on, you know, really opening up about my feelings 100%. You know, I'm not afraid to express how I feel in certain situations, but sometimes not all the time. So it's still something that I'm working on. But something that I've gotten really good at is putting up boundaries. You know, this also ties in, like I said before, into being a nice guy. You know, we think that we have to please someone, you know, so we feel like we can't really ever say no. And, you know, that's, like, I'll give you an example. Me growing up, I used to feel the need to hang out with someone because, you know, before I realized that I was comfortable with just being by myself, you know, before I realized that I'm more of like a loner. Like, I prefer to be by myself. I don't really prefer to be out with a lot of people all the time. Before I realized that, I felt like I always felt the need to hang out with someone. And so it was hard for me to say no if someone invited me somewhere. You know what I mean? But in reality, you know, when you say no to these type of things, it doesn't benefit you or the person, right? Because you don't want to be there. You know what I mean? So if you don't want to be there, but that's the thing, they don't know that you don't want to be there because you said yes, you know? So you're like kind of lying to them in a way. You know, you're only doing it for them, and in reality that's going against what you want. So it's kind of like a lose-lose, you know what I mean? So, and they're not seeing your authentic self because you don't want to be there. So I think when we talk about nice guys, right, there's kind of this stigma that, you know, it's not that being nice is a bad thing, or that it makes you finish last. You know, it makes you less attractive to be nice. Being nice is very important. You know, we need a lot more nice people in the world, in my opinion. But I think the problem stems from lack of boundaries and just lack of self-expression. You know, we have a problem with our throat chakra. You know, there's some blockages in our throat chakra, meaning that we're kind of afraid to say no, and we're afraid to open up about our feelings, you know what I mean? Especially men, because in our mainstream society, you know, in society, it's not normal for a man to express their feelings 100%, you know what I mean? Because we've been, you know, we feel like we can't really talk about our feelings that much, because we feel like if we do, then we'll be looked at as a certain way. You know, we'll be looked as more, you know, feminine, or more gay, you know, which isn't a bad thing, but it's just like, it doesn't make you more, you know, more feminine being open about how you feel. If anything, it makes you more masculine, because you're not afraid of owning up to how you feel, you know, and you're not allowed to express it, or you're not afraid to express it. And so I think it's really important in terms of nice guys finishing last, that it's not about being nice, and it's not about being caring for someone, but what it is about is lack of boundaries and lack of self-expression, you know. So a couple ways that we can kind of grow out of this or help it out, you know, is really changing how we view ourselves. You know what I mean? What are we telling ourselves on a day-to-day basis, right? You know, if you're a nice guy out there, I think the first thing is just to be aware of that, you know. if you know that, like, if you think that you can't really get girls, or you have trouble with like with seeking relationships, or just being open about how you feel, the one thing that you can do is be aware of that, you know, and you can say, okay, so what is it that I'm doing that is causing me problems within my life? And after you analyze it, you know, that's 90% of it. Then all the other 10 is just changing that, you know, changing that story that you have about yourself, that you are a very reserved person, because, you know, you don't have to be reserved. Being, you know, our realities, our personalities it just means our personal reality, you know what I mean? Meaning that it's flexible, it's malleable, just like our life, you know. So we can change how we live just as much as how we are and how we act, you know what I mean? This is all moldable, it's all flexible. So yeah, the first step is just to be aware of it. And once you're aware that you are a nice guy, or that you may be a people pleaser, or that you're even or that you have lack of boundaries, you know what I mean? You lack boundaries. It's hard for you to say no. If you realize any of these things, that's 90% of it, you know what I mean? Because a lot of us don't even realize that we're being people pleasers, and that we're talking about and we don't realize that we are walking on eggshells around somebody. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up this video. I hope that you guys gained some value from this. I kind of felt like it was kind of needed to say, and I appreciate you for sticking through this far into the video. Thank you so much for watching. I love each and every one of you, and I'm so appreciative that you guys watch my videos every day. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or if you just want to say hi, feel free to comment me in the comment section down below. Leave a comment there. And I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon, morning, or night, wherever you're at. And peace, love, and happiness, y'all.